have that? Why can't we have all these choices? Why can't we have
now, who
hand-counted
instituted
ballots?
this ballot system? Who was the government that instituted this?
Oh, in Iraq?
Yes.
I believe it was the Bush administration. I believe it was the American government, in another country that they won't do it here.
So you're telling me we're giving other countries more freedom than our own people have?
Yes, and our service personnel who served there, some of them, as we know, have died there, given the supreme sacrifice, such as Texans who have died there. They died to give a right to people that they themselves wouldn't have at home.
Hey, did they have picture ID in Iraq?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
They just have little...
Picture
ballot box.
A law requiring picture ID is my third suggestion that we do.
I think, well, we have the technology easily to do it, and we should, because...
and it is a big fight right now. You pick up your paper the last 2 days in the Texas legislature, and as I read the article, I thought to myself, this is a hoax. Because if you don't have your picture ID, well, we'll take your driver's license, which is easily...
gas bill.
We'll take your gas bill. We'll take your hand carry gun license. We'll take your pay stubs, your utility... your utility bills. Let's see, what else? Your bank statements, and, I love this, your library card.
I mean, none of that could be stolen, right?
None of that, right, guarantees that they are they're basically saying these are proofs of citizenship because you have to be a citizen to vote. Yeah. Well, a library card is a proof of citizenship. This is a hoax.
And while I oppose the real ID nonsense, because that's to control us, it's not to give us to protect our freedoms. Why not a driver's license or something within the states, not national, but within the states, because you only vote in your own state anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Well, did you read the article? The Democrats are now saying, basically what they're saying is this is discriminatory against minorities, playing the race card again, against the disabled. I've worked election polls. We do not discriminate against the disabled. We bent over backwards when I worked there to help people in a wheelchair or people that otherwise disabled. We were there for them, and that's true across the state of Texas. So that's just an old canard. They don't want this picture ID.
Because then they can't have fraudulent voters. And the Republicans have their own form of it as well. They just have different favorite ways of doing voter and election fraud, and I will say that openly. But it's like my dad used to say about that particular claim, when all else fails, try lying.
Well, isn't that the truth? Okay, so hopefully we have established the importance to you, I hope we have, of having open ballot access. Now, the arguments that the media always puts up and the two-party system all put up, I hope we've shown those to be fallacious. Mm-hmm. Those are ridiculous. The excuses are ridiculous. What's wrong with competition? What's wrong with freedom?
If it's good in business and been about everything else we talk about, why not in the market of public ideas and candidacies? By the way, there is one other website I would recommend, and this is not affiliated with any party. It's Ballot Access News. Richard Winger runs. He's arguably the single best expert in this subject in the world, not just in the United States. He lives in, I think, in San Francisco. And he's not a member of our party, knows this. He called me once about a little fiasco that was happening in Texas last year that was being engineered, but we were able to thwart that. But back to this point, it's www.ballot-access.org. And his is essentially the last word on what's going on.
I was on his website, and it is very informative. And the other one we want to run people to that care about this issue, want to get involved, is TexasVoterFreedom@yahoo.com.
That is correct.
And from there, they get the information, and you'll help them get involved.
I'll get you links where you can keep up with us. And by the way, there's no, again, I can't say this enough, there's no better action you can do than get on that phone and call the people that are in office who are supposed to be your representatives. Make them represent your interests. That's what they're there for.
Gentlemen, do you think for a minute that if these politicians knew that there was an open ballot access, that they would act and vote the way they vote? Do you believe that?
Not a chance. No. They wouldn't have that kind of gumption or gall.
No. They know that if there was a better replacement out there, that they would immediately be voted out. Immediately. There would be no hesitation with the public.
And
that's
eventually,
what scares them the most.
Right. And I do believe eventually